You've spent years collecting spiritual knowledge. Your shelves are full. Your mind is full. But when you're alone with yourself, something still feels empty. I know because I was you. For a decade, I walked in circles. Every single workshop promised a breakthrough. Every book held the answer. Every teacher said, "This is it." I could talk about consciousness, non duality, and awakening with intellectual grace. Sounded very clever. But the same patterns kept playing out in my life. The same anxieties kept running on a loop. The same feeling of being a spectator in my own life persisted. I wasn't broken. I'd just forgotten something crucial. And the breaking point for me came on a Tuesday morning. I woke up after yet another transformational event and nothing had changed. Same anxiety, same patterns, same masks. I looked in the mirror and I asked myself, how many more years am I going to spend seeking something that I can never find? And that question broke me open. And in that breaking, something shifted. In that moment of complete surrender, I saw it with absolute clarity. I wasn't seeking the self as many had told me that I was. I was seeking the belief that I had lost it. And I realized with such clarity that every experience of separation, fear, and limitation could be traced back to three unconscious programs: judgment, which fractures wholeness into good and bad; attachment, which creates the illusion of lack; and resistance, which perpetuates the very pain that I was trying to escape. I could see the belief creation system, and it had been running my entire life without my awareness. I realized the self was never lost. I'd just forgotten how to see it. And once I saw the belief creation system, I couldn't unsee it. I began to witness it operating in real time. Every judgment creating separation, every attachment creating suffering, every resistance keeping me stuck. But seeing it wasn't enough. I needed to feel it, to move it from my head into my body. So I created myself daily practices. It ended up being 60 of them, not to transcend my humanity, but to fully inhabit it with this new clarity that I'd seen of judgment, attachment, resistance, with the awareness of the belief creation system. I realized there's a process here. And these daily practices, they had to be practical, 15 to 30 minutes a day, simple, embodied, and profound, but that could fit into the busiest of days. And I started playing and practicing. And over 60 days, everything changed. And the practices didn't make me enlightened, they made me real. The masks I'd worn for decades began to dissolve. The patterns that had run my relationships for years became visible and then optional. I stopped performing spirituality and I started living it. The anxiety didn't disappear, but I stopped resisting it. And in that acceptance, it transformed. I wasn't becoming someone new. I was remembering who I'd always been. And that's when the Esu Transmissions came through. Not as a book that I wrote, but as a transmission I received. I then spent now 2 years translating into human language, let's say. 20 chapters, 60 practices, the complete map home to yourself. And when I shared these principles with a small group of seekers a little bit earlier on this year, something extraordinary happened. Because people weren't just reading the book, they were being rearranged by it. They themselves saw the belief creation system in their own lives, and they felt the power of the practices. But they also told me something else. They told me that the book was profound, but that walking the path alone was still hard. They wanted guidance. They wanted community. They wanted a container to hold them through the transformation. They wanted people who had this awareness to be the ones they were connected with, communicating with, building with, co-creating with. And of course, I had to listen because I understood, I got it. So I was yearning for the same things. And here's what I learned. I learned that this book is a transmission, but transmission alone isn't enough. You need daily guidance to stay on the path. You need community to witness and to be witnessed, and integration to move from knowing to being. You can't think your way into remembering. You have to practice your way home. And that's why I created the 60-day guided journey, not as a course, but as a sacred container for your transformation. And again, this is not another online course. This is a 60-day initiation into remembering who you are. Every element is designed to work together. The practices move truth from your head to your body. Daily guidance keeps you oriented. The weekly gatherings create integration and community, and the workbook becomes your sacred journal. And this is the difference. This is the difference between knowing the path and walking the path. So my promise is this. In 60 days, you will not be fixed or healed. You will be remembered. You'll see the belief creation system operating in real time, and you'll know how to work with it. The masks you've worn will become optional. The patterns that you have run your life with and that have run your life will become visible. And the anxiety that you've resisted will become your teacher. You won't transcend your humanity. You will fully inhabit it. And in that inhabiting, you'll remember. You were never broken. You only forgot how to see. So here is everything that you need to remember. Everything that you need to remember exactly who you are. We have the 60-day practice workbook. This is your sacred journal to act as a companion through all of the 60 practices. There's 60 daily Telegram posts every single morning. There'll be guidance shared at 7 a.m. Central European time to orient you to each practice each day. You don't have to think about it, spoon-fed at this point. There's 9 live integration calls, and they are weekly gatherings every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central European time to ask questions, to share breakthroughs, and to connect as a community. There's a private Telegram group for daily support and connection with your fellow journeyers. And to all of this, you get lifetime access to all the recordings, the materials, and everything forever. There is everything that you need and nothing that you don't. But is this for you? The journey is calling you if. Are you exhausted from collecting spiritual knowledge, but crave embodied transformation? Can you feel something shifting inside of you? And are you ready to meet it fully? Are you willing to show up daily, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient? Do you want the support of a community walking the same path alongside you? Are you ready to stop seeking the self and start remembering it? If you feel a yes rising in your body as you read this on the screen and hear me say these words, trust it. That's not your mind. That's your soul recognizing the call home. And your investment for this 60-day guided journey is €1,000. That's for 60 days of daily guidance, 9 live calls, lifetime access, and a complete transformation system. That's €16.67 per day. Less than a coffee in some cities. But here's what you're really investing in. The end of seeking, the beginning of remembering, a community of souls walking home together, and the practices that will serve you for the rest of your life. This is not an expense. This is a homecoming. Now, this journey requires intimacy. Deep work cannot happen in large groups. That's why I'm limiting this initiation process to only 20 participants. This ensures that everybody can be truly seen, held, and witnessed. Enrollment opens officially on December the 10th. The journey begins on January the 1st. When the 20 spaces are filled, enrollment closes. If you feel the call, do not wait. The time is now. And here is my promise to you. If you show up daily for 60 days, if you do the practices, attend the calls, and engage with the community, you will not be the same person on March the 1st that you are on January the 1st. This is not a guarantee of enlightenment. It's a guarantee of remembrance. You will see yourself more clearly. You will know yourself more deeply, and you will live more fully. But you must show up. Transformation requires participation. Are you ready? The call is alive within you. You wouldn't have watched this far in this video if it wasn't. This is your moment, your initiation, your homecoming. 20 spaces, a January the 1st start. Enrollment opens on December 10th. Secure your place at www.esunik.com/transmissions or www.esuhouse.com/transmissions. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but the journey home begins with remembering that you never left. I'll see you on the path.